Okay, 97 they want us to factor, so let's factor. So we have 5x cubed plus 13x squared minus 6x, right? Okay. So let's factor out the GCF. The GCF is x, right? So we have x times 5x squared plus 13x minus 6, right? So now we need to factor the trinomial if possible, right? So we could make our columns if we want, 5x squared, right? And we have x and 5x, and then we have negative 6, right? So we have 1 and negative 6, negative 1 and 6, 2 and negative 3, negative 2 and 3. Now we're looking for outers times inners that gives us a positive 13. Let's not forget we need to reverse one of the columns, so I'm going to reverse the first one. And then we can quickly see that the outers, right, the outers would be 15x, the inners would be negative 2x, and combined that would be 13x. So I still have the x, right, and this factors to 5x and x and negative 2 and positive 3. So that's fully factored. Okay, for b, let's make space. b, we have 6t squared minus 26t plus 8. Okay, let's factor out the GCF. The greatest common factor in here is 2. So we have 2, 3t squared minus 13t plus 4. Always easier to factor the GCF out at the beginning than at the end, right? And now we can do the same thing. We can make columns if we want, right? You could use decomposition, but hopefully you're getting better at seeing patterns, right? So 3t squared is t and 3t. 4, we need a negative in the middle of the term. So this is negative 1, negative 4, negative 2, negative 2. And of course we have to swap one of the columns, right? And now we're looking for outers times inners. The sum of those that gives me negative 13, right? Negative 13. So pretty quickly, right, you should see that the outers here would be negative 12t. The inner is negative 1t, and the total of that is negative 13t. So I still have my 2, and I'm left with 3t and t and negative 1 and negative 4. And it's fully factored. Okay, the last one, c, let's make space. c, we have 6x squared minus 24. All we can do here really so far is factor out a GCF, right? And that's 6. And I'm left with x squared minus 4. Now, most people would fall into the trap here and say, okay, we're done, but we're not done. X squared minus 4 is a difference of squares, right, because it's x and 2, and they're being subtracted. So it's x plus 2 times x minus 2. And that's fully factored.